What's up, guys? Baker here. This last part of the OCE breakdown, I basically already gone over all the intermediate effects of the guy jumping, and last thing I want to do is show you the Twixter part at the end. So, what I'm gonna do is let's see. Oh, I already got Twixter on. Yeah. So I'm not going to Twixter it when the plus sign comes up. I'm going to Twixter it when his hand is to the side, because that is the least movement at this time. So probably right here. So keyframe, move forward, maybe like, I don't know, 1% probably, and it'll stay like that for a little while, right? But then what I want to do is then have the slider. Remember the data from the song? I want that to take over after. So that kind of makes a problem arise, because if we link up this with an expression, these keyframes and these values won't like appear anymore. Because what happens is these yellow values, there's like two values, right? So the yellow values are your input values, but then if you have an expression on it, the red becomes like the new value. So see how this is red right here? That's because we changed it with an expression. It wasn't used to be like that. It used to be 19.99, and we changed it. So how am I going to keep these yellow values, these keyframes, but then afterwards link it up to this data? And we want to do this without splitting any layers or anything. What we're going to do is all expressions, and it's pretty cool. You can actually use this method in syncing movements with Twixter and whatnot. So for right now, I'm going to put in a slider control on the actual clip. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. Essentially, we're going to make an if-then statement. So what that means is the if is going to test some condition, and then it's going to react if it's true or false. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say something along the lines of this. If the slider is 0, then we keep our keyframes. But if it's 1 or something else, then we want it to react to the data from Twixter. Does that kind of make sense? So it's kind of like a decision-making split kind of thing. Anyways, here's what we're gonna do. All right, so the let's see here. Okay, I see it. Okay, so the Twixter speed. Hold Alt and click on that. So let's make some room here, and hopefully you can see this. If not, just try to listen. So we need to assign a variable to the slider control, because that's basically what we're going to test, and that's what's going to control. It's basically going to be like an on-off switch, okay? So we'll just call this test, and then we write equals, then we're going to pick whip to the slider control on the clip, and then colon. So we assigned this to be test, and now we're going to write our expression. If, parentheses, test equals 0, parentheses. Now, when you test for a equality, you have to put 2 equal signs, otherwise it'll assign test to be 0. But this is testing. If this test value is 0, then we want something to happen. And what we want is to have value, colon. And what that means is it'll take the current value, which is the yellow numbers, the keyframes, remember, without the expression, what it was before the expression. So that's what value means. So if it's 0, then it'll just stay the same. But if the test equals 1, parentheses, then we want this to be taking the value from the data from the Twixter. And we just pick whip, just like that, and then colon, I believe, yeah, colon. And that's it. Now nothing changes because our slider is 0, which means it goes through this little test and it just keeps the value of the keyframes. So after it slows down and we have that 1% Twixtor, I'm just going to wait like a second or so, and then I'm going to keyframe the slider, move forward 1 frame, keyframe the slider to be 1, and that will change the Twixtor speed to, instead of taking it from the value, it'll take it from the data from the Twixtor. And then you can see it kind of moves, and what we need to do is kind of fix that now. So what we're going to do now is just change the data for the Twixtor a little bit by alt-clicking and bring up our grapher here. Alt-clicking and writing the linear value or expression again. So linear value, and I just want it. I don't want to jump too much. I just want like the highest parts, because that's where they're least. Like if you kind of like cut off at the top, you can see a little sparse jumps. Anyway, so I'm probably just gonna do like 25, and then I'll just do 26, and then remember that's our input, and then the output is gonna be the speed. What do we want the speed of the Twixtor to be? So when it's when it's not going, we'll put it to like 1%. Probably, yeah. And then when it jumps up to the beat, I want it to like skip. So maybe, I don't know, 500%. And we'll just click away. And so what that will do is, if you can kind of see here, it'll freeze, remember? It'll freeze. And then if I push U, see all of our stuff on the clip, it'll wait until the slider changes, and then it'll start reading off the value. So it'll stay slow, it'll skip, it'll stay slow, skip, and then pretty cool. So this is, if you see my community montage where the guy runs to the beat, this is essentially the exact same thing. It's just the speed of the Twixtor is reacting to the data from the song, and a little bit of if statements to kind of let our original keyframes stay how they were. But I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, of course, you guys don't really need to memorize this. I mean, you probably haven't taken any kind of computer programming at all or anything. But if you have any questions, come talk to me. If you got some kind of problem or you're trying to work out, oh, how can I make this work with this? And like before going into this, I didn't know this was going to work. I had to mess around with it. I had to figure this out. So let me help you guys. I'll figure it out for you. I mean, I'll take a look, and but that's essentially the entire one-clip edit. So if I kind of just look back here, we had that text intro, remember? With the sliding stuff and the wiggling. We got the what was it called? The film burn, and I'm just kind of transition on the flash to the running clip, and then the car jump off slides in with a linear wipe. So that's pretty cool. We got Twixtor over there, and then he's jumping, and it goes. We got the grids. Remember, we got the grids, the wave warp, the circle. We got some twitch going on here, and the color correction. CC lens, all that good stuff. And that's basically it. So I hope you enjoyed this mini series, kind of like making a montage, but an OCE breakdown. I thought it was pretty good. If you have any other OCEs that I've done that you kind of want to learn, I'll think about it. I'll probably do it. Intros too. I'll do an intro breakdown. That'd be kind of cool, showing you how to recreate an entire intro that I've made. But I'm not doing my intro right now because I want that to be pretty much unique. That's about it. Sorry I'm talking so much. I just want to give you my opinions and my feedback, and tell me your opinions. What do you guys think about this? I mean, is this way over your heads? Is this kind of understandable? Am I explaining it right and clearly enough? And yeah, let me know. Like the video, favorite maybe. And I hope you enjoyed it. So, yeah, that's about it. Okay, I'm done. Peace, guys.